Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mara. Today we are going to be ranking best to worst queerbaits. Best being the queerbaits that make me feel like like going to the Burj Khalifa, just diving straight into a pool of lava, a bunch of sharks eat me up inside, and I would still I'd go to heaven and land. I'd transfer over to hell just so I could talk to those writers and ask them. And I wouldn't ask them. I'd beat them up. You know, like that's like the best queerbaiting because you succeeded. That's like top double like queerbaiting there. That's great queerbaiting. Like by definition, let's start with the definition of queerbaiting, guys. Is this a out of view? Yes. And I'm sorry guys, I shouldn't use AI. But don't use AI, however, I will say queerbaiting is a marketing and storytelling technique where creators hint at but never explicitly show LGBTQ plus relationships or characters to attract queer audiences, while avoiding backlash from mainstream consumers. So really, the ones that rip the queer audience's heart out, that like rip it out of their bodies. That's like some S level queerbaiting right there, okay? Alright, and the worst queerbaiting will be the ones where like they actually get together and it's like, oh, like this actually like, oh my god, what? Like I'm actually happy crying. That is crazy. This never happens, you know what I mean? And that's like a bad queerbait, because like what are you doing? Queerbaiting and actually making it like good representation? What? That's crazy. So, and that's the tier we're gonna be ranking today, guys, which is gonna be very fun. We have 10 ships to rank. This is I think this is gonna be good. Comment down below if you love queerbaiting. Okay, I think you can already probably guess some of the ones we're gonna do, not gonna lie. But let me show you my tiers right here, guys. Okay. The bottom tier, in green, is what? Good representation? I am shook to my core. Guys, I am shook to my core. What the hell? You know what I mean? This never happened. This is for like the ships that actually end up together. That's actually good representation. That's like, okay, wait, this is actually good. You know what I mean? Just like pretty self-explanatory. Then the yellow tier, the next one after, is so close, ... but sadly, straight people exist. Sigh. This is the one where it's like, ooh, like guys, we were so close to actually having it, but I'd straight right off, they ruined it, they fumbled, or it's like, oh, we fall for straight audience right here who are the homophobic audience who don't want these ships to come to fruition, you know what I mean? And they're worrying about these people, and sadly those people exist, and sadly it's very sad, but people worry for those people, if they're gonna keep watching or not. So it's like, oh, this is for the ships that were like, we were like right there, we were genuinely right there. Straight people exist, so you couldn't do it. And it sucks, and it generally sucks. But yeah, but this like you so close, but like not quite. You know what I mean? The next one up in orange is Don't Call Me Queer. This was taking inspiration from like the gay people who like I'm not like the other gays. No, I'm a normal one, okay? To get off with that LGBTQI plus bullshit, you know what I mean? To like those people. This is for those ships. You know what I mean? The ships that are like, it's like halfway, it's like this is dumb too. It's like, for a character who is technically queer, but like their story is basically giving Don't Call Me Queer. You know what I mean? It's giving like oh, I am, but I'm not with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like I am, but like it's basically giving bad gay representation. You know what I mean? Just like bad representation all around. And of course they don't have with the other person because like, God forbid they end up with another. No, they let themselves. We know what we're thinking of. No, it's like this is like. No, I don't need anyone else. I just like it's just like, okay, it's like the type of shows that have like queer representation, but like it's not good because it will be progressive in like 2008. You know what I mean? That's the Don't Call Me Queer category, okay? Next one up, the orange tier, okay? There's a special place in hell for the writers who made this bullshit. This is what gets a bit more aggressive, okay? This is not just, you know, it's not a Don't Call Me Queer, it's like, okay, this is horrible representation. This is like, we don't actually get basically any, like, you know, it's worse because I just tell you could, yeah, I mean, I think this one is pretty self-explanatory, you know what I mean? There's a special place in hell for those who made this bullshit, like, they're strung you along, horrible, awful, and now to the top tier in red, I'm going to the Burj Khalifa. And that's our tier list, guys, wait! And I think it's pretty good, okay? Now, let's start ranking, okay. I think it's pretty good tier list, guys, also, I want to say that. I think it's actually a W freaking tier list, and I think it's beautiful. Alright, also, for those of you who want to know, I learned this when I was making this. If you ever want to make a tier list for, like, a YouTube video or something, go to tiermaker.com, because then you can make these tier lists, which is cool. Okay, yeah. I'm leaving that down below in the description. Okay, I've done enough explaining. Let's freaking get to ranking, y'all. First ship we have up DESTIEL. Oh my god. Guys, DESTIEL. Genuinely, are you looking? Yeah. Guys, oh my god, wait, that's crazy. I forgot they did that, yeah. Oh, this is a picture I used, yeah. You know, like this, like, y'all have to know DESTIEL, right? Oh my god, and it really is, and it is devastating, and it is, you know what I mean? But that's okay. So listen. Okay. Listen, on the ranks of queerbaiting, right? On the ranks of queerbaiting, listen, like, on the ranks of queerbaiting, listen. The thing about this one is that it's a pretty bad one. Not only is queerbaiting, oh my god, they pulled the, kill your gays trope. He kind of, in a way, in, like, the last episode of the whole thing, he finally says, "I love you," and then he's killed, like, immediately after, so, no, sorry, kill your gays trope, I was forgetting the word. No, so they literally, not only is it queerbaiting, they also pulled the bury your gays trope. Queerbaiting plus the bury your gays trope? Sorry, queerbaiting plus the bury your gays trope, plus the bury your amazingly complex and sweet, like, this beautiful relationship, so it's bad all around. No, but you know it's always bad when it's queerbaiting and the bury your gays trope. Ooh, that's not a good look, guys. That is not a good look. So I will say, like, with that said, listen, and it was bad because and it was bad. The Barry Gates plus screaming, oh, guys. But you know what? I don't think I'm going to the Burj Khalifa for me personally, just because I wasn't in the fandom at the time, so I already knew going into the show that DESTIEL was not canon. But also, more fittingly, I do think we're gonna put it in there's a special place in hell for the writers who made this bullshit because, you know, just like, obviously, Cass is, an angel, and listen, and he deserved to be in heaven, okay? The writers, on the other hand, like, I think it's fitting that they're in hell, okay? I think it's very, very fitting. Yeah, next one, this is Killing Eve, okay? VILLANEVE, listen, guys, let's go back for a second, okay? Let's go back for a second. VILLANEVE, right? VILLANEVE. VILLANEVE, listen. Oh my god. Dude, VILLANEVE, fuck, like, oh, listen. VILLANEVE, for those of you who don't have watched it, Killing Eve, it's, like, great. There's bisexual femme fatales, really. And it's beautiful. And it is beautiful. VILLANEVE all, like, all actual soulmates. And I will say, to the writers, at least the first writer in, like, season, like, the beginning seasons, like, to the writers' credit, in the beginning, it wasn't like they did have this relationship from the very beginning, you know what I mean? However, spoiler, this is gonna be spoilers for all these shows, by the way. Listen, in this TV show, they kiss in the finale, they finally kiss. After, like, 4 seasons of build-up, they finally kiss, right? Like, make out. And then, after that, and they finally see, like, it's possible to live a life with each other. Right after that, why they'd be like, oh, it's actually a possible way to live with live a future with each other, then Villanella's killed. So another burial game trope, way! Guys, there's so many of these. Yeah, we know where this one's going. But, no, you know what I will say? Not going off the show, I mean, obviously the show, this ends very poorly. But, there is a book, Killing Eve. And in that, Villanelle, Villaneve, so Villanelle and Eve, they end up, like, they take their deaths. Great, you should read the books, y'all, if you haven't, and if you like the show, then they take their deaths, and then they basically go off to, like, live the happy life together, like, more like a isolated private town, but, like, they're happy together, and they live peacefully for the rest of their lives together as a couple. So, credit to the writer, let's go, and he's, like, a male, WWW. No, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So, you know, it could be worse, you know what I mean? Like, this is in a scenario where it's like, hey, listen, this sucks, but also, like, in another, literally, you know, I'm talking about, like, different universe, like, in different universes, they would end up together. There literally is a universe where this exists, where they do end up together. You know what? And, like, you have to give them that. So, I will say, though, it's, like, definitely tragic what happens in the show, honestly, I would put it in so close with how these straight people exist, because, like, low-key, you know why they killed Villanelle, bro. They just want to satisfy the student audience. But, also, at the same time, I'm like, they also pulled the very gay trope, so it's like queerbaiting plus very gay trope. We have to go, don't call me queer. You know what I mean? Because in that case, it's kind of, sorry, my brother screaming in the background. It's on a video game. Basically, right, don't call me queer. It's like, for them, I think that means, like, you know, they did have the relationship, technically, throughout the 4 seasons, that relationship was very explicit, like, in the way that it was romantic coded. However, at the end of the day, it was like, nah, but we can actually live a happy life together. No, of course, we do pull the very gay trope. We can have a happy queer life. We have to go to the status quo. All the queer characters die before they can actually live a happy life together. Therefore, it's like, you know, it could be so close, but I feel like just because they pulled the very gay trope, it's like they just kind of fell into what everyone else is, like, doing with, like, queer characters, and therefore it was like, you know, like, oh, like, we're gay, but, like, don't call me queer, like, you know what I mean? It's giving that, like, oh, like, we're, like, a gay couple, but, like, not actually, like, we're not actually gonna be happy together in the end, you know what I mean? Because, like, that exists for, like, gay characters, obviously, you know what I mean? So it's giving, like, don't call me queer, okay? Sad, rest in peace, Villaneve, bro, actually my freaking, I love Villaneve. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying even. This next one, ooh, guys. We all know this next one. Ready, okay? Ready. The picture I chose for this one is literally just their initials being carved out, because the emotional damage of that alone is crazy, I feel. Is crazy, I feel, actually. Listen, we all know Reddie. Listen. On the one hand, no, I feel like it goes the same thing as before. Listen, basically, if for some reason you don't know this beautiful, beautiful story, basically, they are in love, and then Eddie dies. And then Richie never gets to confess his feelings. You know what? And it's giving Don't Call Me Queer. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like it's in a similar boat, right? Where it's not even, because it's just, again, when you do a barrier gate trope plus queerbaiting plus the barrier gate trope, it's like, okay, this is like a double whammy. You know, I can't put it in so close, but sadly straight people exist, because it's like, nah, you did the barrier gate trope too. A lot of these do the barrier gate trope, like the first three, all barrier gate trope. Okay, right, I see it, okay. No, but like, so I have to put it higher. And also, it's kind of similar thing. It's like, technically you did show the representation, but you just fell into the thing of like, no, queer people can't actually live happily ever afters together, you know what I mean? Of course, and he has to freaking die. It has to be like this horrible, tragic ending. Like, sure, like, yeah, no, just like, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? So I do feel like it's giving Don't Call Me Queer. However, you know what? For some reason, Villanelle felt worse, actually, because it was kind of being, like, the book was giving, like, yeah, I'm queer, and then the TV show was being, like, no, reject that, don't call me queer type shit. That's why I put Villanelle there. Low-key, Reddie, I will say, it's more, it feels less like it hates gay people. No, you know what? Actually, we're gonna move down. I feel like it's not as bad as Villanelle, in my personal opinion, though it does suck a lot. I'll say let's move it down to so close but sadly straight people exist because yes, listen, they did do the Barry Gaze trope. At the end of the day, though, I will say it's giving more like, oh, they did care about. I'll say they did care about gay people, but like at the end of the day, right, with the whole ship, they I'm moving this back up. Wait, that's crazy. They said, okay, I'll say they cared about gay people, but like at the end of the day, like the writer was straight and they didn't understand how important queer characters was. However, in the books, Stephen King, he writes that they actually do. I'm pretty sure in the books they do actually kiss before he dies, and in the movies they don't do that. Yeah, it's Don't Call Me Queer. I forgot about that. I actually forgot about that. In the books, I'm pretty sure they like actually kiss, and the movies they don't have that. Oh, no, that pisses me off. That actually pisses me off. Okay, Don't Call Me Queer, because they're like, they saw the books, were like, oh, they kiss? And we're like, let's reject that. No fucking shit. Don't call me queer, bitch. You know what I mean? It's giving that. Okay. I forgot about that. That's crazy. Oh my god. Okay, next one. A little foreplay picture right there, guys. Sorry, God. Jesus Christ. WENCLAIR, we all know, we all love it. Listen. And it's WENCLAIR is beautiful. However, they did, you know, WENCLAIR, I think it's some great sapphic bullshit right there. You know what I mean? Like, it's giving. It's just giving queer, bro. It's actually just giving queer. And like, you know what I mean? And like this is beautiful, is it not? You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is with this though, is that as much as they should be together, absolutely, you know what I mean? Like look at these two, you know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. Like yeah, they should be together because like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Like, queer shit I've ever seen. At the end of the day, can we really call it full queerbaiting? Maybe a little bit. However, the writers did actually come out and say that WENCLAIR is not gonna happen. So to their credit, they did just fully shut down the rumors and all like, yeah, no, sorry, this is like not actually a possibility of this happening, which sucks. However, it's better than queerbaiting because they aren't trying to lead the audience along and trying to keep the queer audience. There's definitely some people who are gonna stop watching the show because they learned that, which is like totally valid, whatever. But like, there don't think people gonna stop watching. The writers probably knew that, but they still said it, and like, to their credit. So you know what? It sucks. But I will say, it's obviously not good representation. I'll put it in so close, but sadly straight people exist. Because at the end of the day, you know, if this was a lesbian or like sapphic showrunner writing the show, WENCLAIR would be canon. WENCLAIR would be canon, no doubt. But at the end of the day, Tim Burton is writing it, not a sapphic writer, not sapphic woman, so when non-binary or whatever, not a sapphic person is writing this show. It's a man, it's a straight cis man. So, you know, it's like, oh, we were right there with WENCLAIR, like, it's so possible to happen, but sadly straight people do exist. sigh, you know what I mean? So, but it's giving that, you know what I mean? But I do appreciate the writers for, just denying it. Unlike BBC Sherlock, wait! Johnlock. Y'all, we all know Johnlock. We all love it in theory, not in actuality. This shit fucking sucks. You know, I will say what's even worse about Johnlock for me is that I feel like it's not gay. No, no, I feel like, listen, at the end of the day, right, like, I'm pretty sure this is an actual thing, like, from the show, by the way. Okay. Listen, as much as I would like to okay. As much okay. Okay, I feel like the thing, you know, like, Supernatural, I feel like the thing with that whole thing is that it was treated like a joke at times, but but also then there was, like, the thing about, like, the mixtape. You know what I mean? Like, it was actually, like, a serious thing, and technically he did say I love you, you know what I mean? Like, that was treated, like, sometimes like a joke, but more often it was treated way more seriously, especially in the finale. With Johnlock, they treated it like way more of a joke by the writers, and just for it to never even be canon anyway, which is way more, like, actually fucking evil, actually, and the finale sucks. So, listen, this makes me want to jump just because of how bad it is, but once again, like, I was not in the fandom at the time of when this happened, you know what I mean? So it does make me wanna jump. Ooh, but it kinda does. You know, but the way they executed it, like, it was different with DESTIEL, so, like, kinda, like, still, like, a little kind of, ooh, like, you know? This was, like this was god awful, alright, you know, like, I think for me, it's just so awful because it's like, they made such a joke out of it, made such a joke out of, like, people, like, existing. They made jokes so much within the show, so you like, I don't know. So I think because of that, and that makes me, like, really, like, just so, like, sad. I'm like, yeah. And therefore, this one is going all the way up to I'm going to the Burj Khalifa, yay! And you know what? DESTIEL, actually, I do like DESTIEL's ship better than I like, Johnlock. I like all these ships better than I like Johnlock, but just because of how bad Johnlock was executed, it makes me want to, go to the Burj Khalifa. And then I'll just trip and fall off. So, yeah, that's what putting Johnlock, and but at least in this picture, they're getting, you know, wed. The two grooms in this one, you know what I mean? Like, basically, this what should have happened. This should have been canon, but it wasn't. But it wasn't because the writers literally hate gay people, and I'm literally standing by that. Next one on to murders who hate gay people. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's rovickie. By the way, all bad these are jokes. Don't harass any of the writers who wrote any of these shows, you know what I mean? This is all for fun and laughs. Please just add that. Okay, next though, going on to the next one. Rovickie, Rocky, listen. Oh my god, the look of love right there, the look of love, actually the look of love. Look, oh my god, look at that, oh my god, all the sapphics lined up, that's crazy. And Ian Gallagher. Wow, that's just beautiful. All the sapphics and Ian Gallagher, that's gorgeous, isn't it? No, yeah, Rocky though, let's look at Rocky, okay? Rocky. Well, that's the look of love right there, bro. And my problem with that is, like, it actually was, like, so perfect when it comes to, like, love and stuff. But it's like, at the end of the day, Robin just, like, they broke up. But, like, it's also, if you're like, no, like, they definitely didn't break up. I think it is obvious they did break up, you know what I mean? I think it's kind of sadly obvious they did break up. Just because, okay, my thing is, like, what is said, like, in the finale, when they're all listing off stuff they're gonna, like, give up, like, when the Sweet Jane by Cowboy Junkies is playing, and then oh my god, bro. So if you can hear my brother, I'm so sorry about that. No, but, like, when Sweet Jade is playing and Robin, Jonathan, Nancy, and Steve, Robin, Jonathan, Nancy, and Steve, they're all, like, talking, you know, on the roof and stuff in the finale, in the epilogue. And then they'll talk about stuff like they're gonna give up and stuff, and then Robin, or like they've quit and stuff, and then Robin is like, she says, clingy exes, or no, overbearing exes, that's what she uses, overbearing exes. I think when I heard that, I knew. I was like, oh, they broke up. Why did they broke up? Like, literally no reason. Genuinely no reasons. Also, okay, my problem with that too is it's not just like, it's generally just bad writing. You know what I mean? It's genuinely just bad writing. And like, my thing with that is like yeah, it's just bad. Like, okay, you said it. That's like Robin's entire personal arc for all of season 4. And then there keeps being set up an end of day in season 5 just for them to break up randomly, told to us in the epilogue. It's pointless, and it's bad writing. It's actually harmful to the writing of the show. It seems like they just didn't want to upset the gay audience, but they also just like hate gay people. And therefore, because of how much this angers me, we are once again putting this one up at, I'm going to the Burj Khalifa. Because, listen, like, it's one of those things where it's like, they didn't even show that much of them. It's purely just out of the fact how much you can tell the writers, like, oh, like, bro, like, okay, once again, I say this is like, I don't actually know these writers, like, don't send any hate, but, like, you can tell how much the writers hate gay people by how these ships end, you know what I mean? Like, that, because that's crazy, because, like, it's just bad writing, and it's the same thing with, like, with Sherlock House had with Johnlock, how they, like, kept making jokes out of, like, the queer relationship. Rovickie, it was, like, they just broke them up just so they couldn't have that, like, to be canon, for, like, no reason. For, like, generally no reason. Definitely, like, detrimental to their own writing. And therefore, I'm like, I'm going to the Burj Khalifa, this fucking pisses me off, but what the hell do you mean? You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, and then the next one though, the next one is not as bad as, the next 3 are not gonna be nearly as bad as Rebecca, okay? But that one actually pissed me off. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's just, it's fine, okay. Next one, we have, I actually forget their ship name, but that's okay. We have Riverdale, yes, guys, I haven't watched it since, like, 2024. I haven't watched it in 2 years. But we have the peak sapphics right there. Wow, look at that. Look at these. Look at two sapphics and Ian Gallagher. No, yeah, we have Betty and Veronica. We have Betty and Veronica. And listen, I'm just looking up all the ship names for this. Shit. I definitely know the ship name, just looking it up so you can know. Oh, but it's Veronica. Okay, I'm just dumb. Right. No, yeah, sure. Listen, so Veronica, like, Veronica, and I do love Veronica, and I do love Veronica, and I do love Betty and Veronica, bro. Betty and Veronica, oh my god, I love Veronica, by the way, I actually love the character so much. By the way, people who hate Riverdale, you'll need to light it up. Because is it a horrible, god-awful show? Absolutely. But, like, it's so camp and it's really funny. Like, even when it tries to be serious, it's really funny. And it's gay. So, like, I'm like, it's beautiful. Honestly, I love Riverdale, bro. And I'll stand by that. And I love Veronica, bro. Veronica and, like, and Cheryl. Veronica and Cheryl, bro. I love that character so much. Okay? But I, like, love Veronica. And I love, Camille Mendez. Anyway, that's random. Okay, listen, the thing about Betty and Veronica, as they are known, is that technically they were kind of canon. You know what I mean? Like, technically they were actually canon. Like, they were, like, they genuinely were. And, like, not, and, like, the way of, like, and, like, okay, definitely you could be like, oh, but they ended up in, like, a quad, so, like, actually, it doesn't even matter, but I'm like, actually, though, so did the straight relationships. So it feels like they're actually, like, totally on par with that. And low-key, because of that, I'm like, for Riverdale standards, like, listen, like, is it good writing? No, but that's nothing to do with being gay, it's bad writing in Riverdale, you know what I mean? And, like, for me, in a fun way, but, like, some people didn't like it, but you know what I mean? For Riverdale, though, it's just bad writing in general, it's nothing to do with being gay. So, honestly, like, good representation, I'm shook to my core, you know what I mean? I'm not saying something outstanding, but I feel like I can't put this in, like, a queerbaiting tier, to be honest, because it just feels like it's not so close to how these straight people exist. Like, they were very open to make them, like, an actual relationship in the same way they made the straight characters in a relationship, you know what I mean? And they were very open and cool with that. So I'm like yeah, I'm like high-key actually, like, good representation, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think good forced good representation, and it's Betty and Veronica from Riverdale, which says a lot, to be honest, but, you know, that's okay, guys. So, moving on to our next one, that is sadly not as canon as Veronica, but still beautiful nonetheless. We have, next one we have is sadly not as canon, but it is beautiful. It is beautiful. And it is mal+evie from Descendants, which is I love that scene. I thought it would be purely because of Cameron, but also, well, I watched it purely because of Cameron, but I actually do love it, and I still love it. It's absolutely amazing, okay? And anyone who disagrees, fight me, literally, bro. Listen, mal+evie, they have an entire song in the second movie, Space Between. I'm sorry, she breaks up with Ben, and then she goes on singing about how Evie will always be a part of her. Okay, holy, like, that's crazy. Listen, I think that it's genuinely so close, but, like, sadly, straight people exist. It's like this, yeah, I feel like it's mainly that, but, like, also, listen, Kenny Ortega, bro, he directed it. He's a gay man. It's the same guy who, like, directed High School Musical and Julie and the Phantom, but also, like, a freaking bangers. Not as much High School Musical, but I love it because it's iconic. Anyway, okay, he's an openly gay man, and so I feel like but okay, listen, right? And I do love Kenny Ortega, I do. I feel like at the end of the day, it was more like a bigger picture thing of how Disney, like, they were not gonna have mal+evie together, you know what I mean? Like, that was not gonna happen. Between these straight people who were working at Disney, and also just they were rather straight, like, conservative parents, you know, mal+evie were not gonna be canon on Disney Channel, but also they're, like, semi-canon, because, like, Space Between makes them a little bit canon, you know what I mean? So we're gonna put so close, sadly straight people do exist, but it's okay, though, it's a special place in my heart. Now, moving on to a beautiful, so just a beautiful thing, honestly. GALLAVICH! Yes! Guys, we love GALLAVICH, right? From Shameless, US. Listen, GALLAVICH is, like, the sweetest thing, right? Look at this. Genuinely look at this. Oh, this picture I use. That's crazy. Listen. Like, are they not just the cutest thing ever? GALLAVICH to me is generally just, like, it's such a beautiful ship, y'all. Like, I do love GALLAVICH, you know what I mean? And more than that, it's not even like they're, like, semi kind of can't. It's like they actually got freaking married. So you know what, y'all? Like, this is our second one of the ranking. Oh, and this is a good one for final one. Listen, GALLAVICH, like, they actually got freaking married, bro. Therefore, we'll put that in what? Good representation. I am shook it to my core. I'm shook to my core. That is crazy. Look at them running in the little tuxes. Oh my god, it's adorable. It's amazing. It's beautiful, really. Okay, I think this is the only characters to actually get married in this whole thing. There's only one to get married. Therefore, GALLAVICH, you're amazing. We love you. Okay. Now, that was a very happy one. Okay, GALLAVICH is beautiful, like, happy, gay relationship, right? Which is a good one to put before the devastating one we'll put here, BYEEEE. And I put this picture here because they're doing fuck you. This is a fuck you to the Never Brothers, but what the hell? What the hell was that? What was that? Also, I made a video essay, like, right after Volume 2, before the finale came out, and it has, like, I think recently, like, 2,200 views, which is very big for my personal channel, so, like, y'all, thanks for that, like, that's crazy. It's a video essay, but, like, thank you for that. Check it out, too, if you want to check it out, like, whatever. Would it be this side? My point this side? No, it'll be, okay, I don't even know what I should point to, but it'll be on the screen somewhere at the top, like, go check that out if you want to. Anyway, sorry, but, like, right, back to BYEEEE, right? And listen, And we're gonna make this green. Like, blue, yellow, green. BYEEEE. And that really does deserve its own category. Because, you know, like, you know, yeah. I think it makes sense, guys. Listen, y'all. This was very devastating. I think this is how DESTIEL fans felt. When but like actually lived through this, so it's worse. Yeah, no, this was interesting for sure. Listen, BYEEEE is its own category in my opinion, because y'all, like, nah, I just walked by the video on the essay. I'm not even gonna go into friends. No, thanks. Best friends. No, listen, so it fits into that category, right? So close, sadly, straight people exist. You know what I mean? We were so close. Sadly, the writers were straight, and they didn't end up canon, because we were so close. It was 50% canon. Will was openly in love with Mike, in the show at least. You know what I mean? Like, to the audience, we knew he was in love with him. Okay, so we were so kind of close. You know what I mean? Next was Don't Call Me Queer. You know what I mean? They fall into that trope of like, oh, but the gay has to be alone, and they can't actually end up together. You know what I mean? It's giving like, oh, like I'm gay, but like, don't call me queer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not actually gonna end up in a happy relationship with the love of my life. You know what I mean? So it's giving that. It's also giving it's a special place in hell for the artists who made this shit, because oh buddy, boy. But also, like, I am gonna jump off the Burj Khalifa, and therefore, because it fits all of these 4 categories right here all at once, I think all of these 4 categories together accumulate to equal BYEEEE. So we're gonna put BYEEEE, and yay! This is all tier list, guys. Okay, I hope that made sense by my reasoning. I think it makes sense. I think it makes a lot of sense, actually, y'all. I think it's actually beautiful, and this was an amazing tier list. Good representation. I'm shook to my core. We have Betty and Veronica, and we have GALLAVICH, of course, the newlyweds and the ones in the quad, right? And so close to how people exist. Side, we have WENCLAIR, because they have to not conformed, like, you know, sadly, you know, so people exist. With mal+evie, like, they're basically all canon. Space, but just finding you in the space between. Like, okay, buddy, boy. Listen, like, basically canon, but like so close, but like Disney ran it. You know what I mean? It can't happen. Don't Call Me Queer, because killing. Sorry, this is like the 2 that they kill even though in the books she exists. Okay. Killing killing Eddie without a kiss, even though in the books they do kiss. Okay, I see how you are. Like, giving like, oh, okay, but like, no, call me queer, you know what I mean? This best place in hell for artists who made this bullshit, because DESTIEL, we know that one, bro. Like, they wrote an angel, and they made him die, they're going to freaking hell, you know what I mean? Like, that's how that works. Going to the Burj Khalifa, of course, were the ones that pissed me off, like, so horribly, bro, like johnlock and rovickie, like, okay. And then Peak, the one that fits all of these 4 categories so well. BYEEEE! And as they should, you know what I mean? And this is our tier list, guys. I really enjoyed this. Is gonna be public. It's called the queerbaiting tier list. I'll also link that down below in the description, so you can rate this at your own will and like just move the stuff around, whatever you want. Yeah. Listen, that's the video, okay? That's it. That's the whole tier list. That's the whole tier list, guys. I hope you agree with me. You better agree with me. If no, unless you think this should be an even higher tier list, you know what I mean? Because that was some like high freaking level creeping right there, bro. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, but I hope you enjoyed. On the channel I post covers, original songs, and yapping like this and other videos like this. check more of that out if you want to. Consider subscribing, it would help me out a lot. I appreciate it. As always, you don't have to, of course, obviously. But yeah, and I'll link all my socials down below. I have Instagram, Pinterest, Twitch, and Tumblr page. And yeah, go check all that out. I'll yap on Tumblr a lot more about all these fun shifts I mentioned today. Yeah, I really enjoyed making this video. I love talking about all these fun queerbaiting shifts. Make me so happy, obviously. Yay. Yeah, but listen, y'all, if you also love queerbaiting, no, if you have opinions on queerbaiting, subscribe to this channel. And yeah, like this video, because it'll help out a lot. Definitely comment down below like what you think about all these ships and different stuff, and I love to hear your opinions, whatever. But before that, I have something very important to say. I'm sorry, before the ending of this official video, there's something very important we have to discuss. There's an edit. Okay, it's on TikTok. I'll play for you right now. All credit goes to Ghoul Droids on TikTok. I'll insert this clip now. The TikTok is absolutely freaking beautiful and amazing. I hope you enjoy.
Music isn't the only way back. You just need something that connects you to the real world.
Logan! Mike!
To home.
Will! Are you okay?
Something powerful.
Bill, what's wrong?
Meaningful.
Will!
Hey, what is it? When you took my hand, I could feel it. But then I also feel it in here.
It's hard.
Will is painting a lot. Maybe it is for a girl. I think there is someone he likes.
You know, Max and Lucas and Dustin, they're great. It's Hawkins. It's not the same without you. This is amazing. Did you paint this? Yeah. Yeah?
Do you remember the first day that we met? It was the first day of kindergarten. I had no friends. I just felt so alone. I saw you on the swings.
Do you want to be friends?
I asked if you wanted to be my friend. It was the best thing I've ever done.
You never say it.
I say it.
You can't even write it, Mike.
I didn't say it. You didn't have to.
I'll come crawling back to you in no time, begging for forgiveness. I guarantee you, him and Lucas are totally wallowing in self-pity.
No, I'm sorry, man, alright?
How did you know that Vicky, right? How did you know that Vicky wanted to
Make out.
date? Signals?
Yeah, you know, like compression and bump the elbow, shared look.
It's not my fault you don't like girls.
I don't like girls.
He assaulted a police officer.
Will, get the hell off me.
Only love makes you that crazy, sweetheart.
Will, come on.
Yeah, they do say it makes you crazy.
We're both going crazy. We'll go crazy together, right? Yeah. Crazy together.
What if you want to join another party? Not possible.
Have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are in this beautiful, beautiful world. I love you so much. Bye!
Do you remember the first day that we met? It was the first day of kindergarten. I had no friends. I just felt so alone. I saw you on the swings.
Do you want to be friends?
I asked if you wanted to be my friend. It was the best thing I've ever done.